Hi. All right. Here's the thing, folks. We are live. We are live. This is actually the energy healing circle. And we were having some technical difficulties, and we are going to get it. Hi. We are going to get us up and going here. We are having some technical difficulties. And we are going to get set up here with the Conscious Community Center. So I know we're starting here, and we'll need to get it saved. Let's see. All right. So hello, hello. All right. So how's everybody doing? Nice, nice, nice. Hello. Nice, nice. All right. So we are having the energy healing circle. And we are going to get connected to the Conscious Community Center. No, didn't post there. All right, so we're going to have to share this later. So I want to thank everyone for joining us and being invited to our Plan B. Thanks to technology, you just never know what's going to happen when you go live. So with this, let's get our energy healing off and going, okay? So many of us are experiencing a lot of stuff here. So what we tend to do is with our energy healing circle, everybody who is listening in live, and this will be available to watch later. So if you're watching later, I invite you to go inside. This is an energy healing, and we're talking about your energy. So take a moment to just sit in quietness. And we do a little bit different energy healing. So what I'd like you to do is just notice inside any space of stillness. Just any stillness inside. Just notice it. And in this space of stillness, feel that space expand a little bit wider and a little bit wider inside. You don't have to use imagination. You can feel it. If you see it, try and just be in that space. So what's coming up energetically is some first and second chakra energy healing. So if that is you, you may feel like your feet are not on the ground. I've heard the saying, feeling like my roots, I've been pulled out by the roots. If you can, put both feet on the ground wherever you're at. And then any energy within your body from the crown of your head, imagine that energy just flushing down through your body, through the soles of your feet, and down into the earth. So just kind of do an energy flush. Just kind of flush everything through. So if you're locked up energetically in the root and in the second chakra, our root chakra is a lot of times related to our basic needs, our basic need for food, shelter, water, clean water, those basic needs. It can also be related to our attachments and fears, or not even having any of money. It's our money chakra. So sometimes we can be held up. So we want to make sure that that energy is flowing. And in the second chakra, that is our creative center. This is the energy that we're all created from, our second chakra, our creative sexual center. So allow that energy to just flush through you. There is somebody dealing with digestion and stomach issues within the group. So what I invite you to do is just on the sternum, you can feel that where the collarbone is, go straight down like a finger's length, right on the sternum here. Just begin rhythmically tapping there, and just sit in the space of silence as you're tapping on the body here. This tapping point, if you want, use the very tips of your fingers and tap rhythmically. Kind of looks like this. I'm tapping on the sternum. It's not hard. So this sends flushes of energy through the meridians, the energy circuits throughout the body. So it's just kind of flushing that out. And so that within the diaphragm and the digestion area, your thoughts about your concerns and your thoughts about others and things that are out of your control, take that energy back to your digestion and use that to heal. Let go of the outside stuff. You got to let that stuff go. Come back to your being and your stillness and notice what's happening in the third yellow center chakra area. Notice your breath too. In energy healing circle, we do the opposite of what we're heard of a lot when it comes to the breath. So what I will ask you to do instead of what we hear a lot is take a big giant deep breath in and then let it go. I'm going to ask you to slow down your breath and just breathe through your nose. Allow your belly to be like a Buddha belly. Don't try and hold it in. If you're wearing something tight, allow yourself to let go of that tightness. You know, kind of release that if you can, so that the belly has room to become a Buddha belly, to just sit. And so you're sitting with the diaphragm just right here, and then the belly below it. As the diaphragm has more room to breathe, slow down your breath. You're taking in very small amounts, and then you relax into your breath. Very nice. Nice, slow breaths. So we want to, from a physiological standpoint, we need to have a certain amount of carbon in the lungs. And when we take a deep breath in and then exhale it all out, we're releasing a very important compound within the lungs. So only breathe through the nose and take just enough. Little sips of air with a relaxed belly. And what you'll find over time, especially if you're working with the third chakra, the solar plexus area, you begin to slow down naturally. This solar plex area, I call it the control freak chakra. This is where you want to control a lot of stuff. If you're wanting to control a lot of stuff, physiologically, you're breathing a lot more. Notice your breathing, especially if you're in control mode. Just pay attention. I'm just asking for awareness of this. This is a natural human tendency. You know, no judgment. Just notice when you're in this movement, because it's affecting this third chakra area, our willpower. Really, you have no willpower when you're trying to control things. Our willpower comes from removing our attention from the things we want to control. That energy coming back to you is going to heal this area. Your willpower. Take your power back into stillness and allow that. Nice shift. I felt definitely a shift. So what happens in energy healing circle? There are many of us on. Thank you. Can you guys send me some love? And I invite beings that I work with on the other side, and I also invite other beings. I don't know if you can see him in the background, but this guy here, a nice big piece of selenite. I invite him into our energy healing circle. So anything that's released, he is happy to absorb it, and he just loves his job. So if you feel some releases, this guy is right here. Just think about him. You don't even have to be here. That's the beauty of it. just send it to him, okay? He loves his job, and I call him this guy. He has no name, but he feels very masculine, but he is willing to take it for you, and he transmits and transmutes it. So when one of us heals, especially in an energy circle, because we're connected energetically, when there's a healing in one of us, we all heal. So all of us are working on this together. So let's say you who just had a shift in the solar plexus area, now you can open up space for your own healing to happen and for others to also heal as well. So the next part of this, we would like to invite in anyone whom is asking for healing but cannot be here. Anyone who is asking for a healing who is watching later. So with that said, more energy is coming and flowing, and I'm feeling definitely in the heart center. Many of us have the belief that this heart needs protecting. Just know that if you sit in your heart center within the stillness of, I'm not talking about the physical heart. You know, you could have a heart condition and have the most beautiful heart in the world. You could have the most athletic, amazing heart and have a heart of stone, if you know what I mean. So I'm not talking about our physical heart. When I say the heart center, I'm talking about this energetic center that many of us feel we need to protect. But let me ask you, who is it that is needing protection? Many times it is our thoughts and ideas of who or what we think we are that needs protecting. But from the stillness of the heart, there's expansive space that supports everything, including those feelings where we might feel we need protection. So open your heart. If you feel you need protection, open your heart, because then that's going to push out anything that no longer serves you, is not a vibrational match to you. But when we keep the being and needing protection, this is actually counterproductive to connecting with self. So our self is a very powerful, much larger than what we are physically. It's much larger than that. And it's an idea or a thought thinking our being, this large thing, is like a child that needs protection. When the opposite is true, when we step into our being, my motto is step out of the human and into the being. When we're in our space of beingness, it is so big and expansive. All of the little concerns and patterns and behaviors really start to come to the surface and be seen. So I invite you in your heart to sit in your heart. Yes, you may need in the beginning, you might feel like you need protection, but really it's the moving part of us, that human part of us that is in constant movement, that might be feeling some fear of you withdrawing your attention from that. So bring all of yourself to your heart. Allow yourself, there's nothing that's dark here. There is only light. That is it. Just allow that light to go beyond your physicalness. And then the throat chakra, a lot of us on this journey of consciousness, awareness, might think that we need to say something to keep this energy moving. This goes along the lines of the idea of we need to take in big breaths and big exhales, right? We need to speak in order to get this energy moving. Another thing that you can do that is really powerful is when you feel the need to actually say something, especially if it's to another person, like give your opinion or give advice, or you're feeling like you're doing something from your throat center and you feel you're communicating this, but instead of giving it out, take it in. For example, and I'm speaking to somebody who is dealing with communication, and it's like communication seems like an endless loop. This communication is almost like a regurgitation of energy. So instead of regurgitating it, keep it in. Don't say anything. Stay in silence. And instead of what you're drawn to give to somebody else, give it to yourself. So if you're going to give somebody advice, first do that advice yourself. So if you're going to tell somebody your opinion, first sit in your opinion and make sure that that's what your human would really do, because our human, we're constantly changing. So instead of the energy coming out, bring the energy in. And then what that happens is we're bringing it back down into the heart. And then we open up this pathway to the third eye. And many of us have a third eye that is opening and closing, opening and closing. It's like sometimes we get it. Oh my gosh, we get it. I get it. I'm in that bliss. I understand what awakening is. And then we lose it. Then we get it. Then we lose it. What's happening is, from where are you putting your attention in your third eye? Because we have two eyes that go out. This eye goes in. One eye goes into the kingdom of the heavens. They're connected. So from where are we putting our attention in? From our physical eyes, our physicalness, anything physical about us as humans? Or is our attention coming from the stillness inside that heart center, that beingness that is within us? So know that we have two places we can perceive from. So when you're in the third eye and you're in the beingness, that stillness, you're in it. And as soon as we start having to relate to other humans and deal with their projections, and then you projecting on them, we're projecting on each other, right? Especially right now is what we're doing. And see with your third eye from where you're watching this from. Are you watching it from the movement, which means it feels like it's you, it feels like you're in it, it feels like so real? Or are you watching it from this stillness place inside where you're having no judgment, you're just creating the space for this to happen? Once you understand that there are two parts of beingness, and you understand from the third eye in the heart and watch the movement of the energy, the crown chakra just opens wide up. And this is where we experience going back and forth, this toggling effect, I call it. So get yourself back, take time out. And it doesn't take a lot of time, 5 to 7 minutes. Just sit in your beingness and allow that to expand, and you'll see naturally all of the energy centers, the 7 main ones going up and down the body, but we have energy centers throughout the whole body. All of them will naturally begin to line up when you're perceiving from this center stillness. And you'll also begin to really know when you're in the moving, constantly changing aspect of the humanness of our human being. So that feels like on an energetic level, when we're all perceiving from this stillness, you don't see anymore the humanness of each other. If somebody gets in your face and is, trying to poke at you, sit in this centeredness and just not even give any attention to that, because we learn that as we give our attention to something, we are no longer in that space of beingness. So with a healing energy center circle, we are all getting together in that space of beingness. And the more of us that can be in this space of beingness, the more of us heal on such deep, profound levels. Nice. All right, so how are we doing? Just went through all of the chakra centers, and I am seeing, all right, here we go. Excellent. Okay, so I got some love. Thank you. I'm sending you all some love. And don't forget, if you're having a hard time and you're kind of in that moving aspect of self, remember this guy. And you can always get yourself, they have those selenite candles or lamps. This is a lovely piece of selenite, and I just love this guy. When I do massages, he's right underneath the table, and sometimes with that massage physical release, we can get that and just direct it right to this guy. All right, loves. Oh, okay. So we're getting some physical pain in the lower back. Yes. Be aware of how you're sitting. Nice. So could be related to either the first or second chakra. Could also be ergonomics. It could be the way you're holding your body. Yes. Be aware of if you put your like I'm feeling like my feet go underneath me and I'm on my toes and I'm moving my legs real fast, that can cause you to slouch down right onto the sacrum and sit on the sacrum, and could cause lower back soreness. Definitely, and if you do sit a lot, our bodies are created to move. Find a way to move your body. One of the things that we will be offering at Intelligent Space are webinars, and we offer breath work and seated yoga you can do at work, 2-3 minutes at your chair, a couple minutes just to move around, because a lot of times when we're at work, we're sitting a lot. Most of society is sitting a lot. So we need to find ways to move, and then move from our core, as opposed to slouch down onto our sacrum, which could also give us neck issues, because our tailbone and our cervical spine are very much related physically. The physics of it help us move. And so when we're in a physical position for many hours, that could cause severe fatigue on that area. Yes. So allow the energy to just flow through your body. You may feel some heat in the sacrum area, but if you can, kind of lift up and push your butt to the back of the chair so that you're on your sit bones as opposed to your sacrum. You want to be up on your sit bones. Even here's what it looks like. I'm up on my sit bones, and then now I'm slouched on my sacrum. So I kind of have this roundness on my chair as opposed to being up on my sit bones. So now I'm up on my sit bones, and you can see it, and the shoulders are right over the hips. So it feels like this person energetically who is having back issues, it feels like it's physical. It's maybe habitual. I'm going to use the word ignorance, but who knew? We're not trained how to sit sometimes, and we just go with how the body's tired. It's going to sit in a tired position. So with that, I can actually feel the movement of that energy now. Very good. And just be aware of when you're starting to maybe feel those lower back. When's the last time I got up and moved around? How long have I been sitting on my sacrum as opposed to my sit bones? So, yeah, very good. Oh, thank you. Send me some love. I love the hearts. So you guys got to send me some hearts. How's everybody doing? Is everybody feeling this high energy? Again, Energy is moving. That's the moving part of us. You want to come back to this space, this healing space. This stillness within is our natural healing state. If you think about it, when we're asleep or unconscious, we're not thinking about things, we're not doing things. This is the time when the body does its healing. You can do this in the conscious state. You can be consciously aware of what is going on within you from this stillness and this state of being. So I invite you to look at what's happening in your inner world and in your outer world from this inner space of stillness that we like to call intelligent space or isness. It is the space of beingness. It's our human being. This is the being part, the two aspects of self. This is what we teach. But for a healing circle, this is how we can teach. We can heal each other on such a deep, profound level. Not only healing from, oh, look at all the hearts. Thank you so much. I love those hearts. We can heal. And as our healing group gets bigger and bigger, what we're going to be doing is you can bring your own list of names. And we don't have, you can probably share those names in the chat. And what we're going to do is a mass healing. We're going to go ahead and do a healing for all of those people who maybe can't be here, or people who are asking for healing with you. And then we can all get together and come to our place of beingness and supercharge our healing energy, sending out to other beings. All right. I want to thank the Conscious Community Center, and I do apologize because of the technical difficulties. I completely forgot about our announcements. We are, going to be posting this on the Conscious Community Center website, and we hope you guys get to watch it. The next show is on Sunday. It's a chakra activation, and it's with our host, Casey. You don't want to miss that. Please like our page, and then you'll be notified, or look for the notification for your favorite host, so you'll know when your favorite host is going to be going live, so you can get in on the live chat. So, and then I am new to Facebook. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Yes, I'm new to Facebook. Please friend me and like my page as well. We are in the process of starting a group for light beings who are going through the process of awakening. And we will continue to offer this wonderful energy healing circle to the Conscious Community Center. This is our heart offering for you. And all of us here, hosts here, also offer businesses. So be sure to check out their page and what they have to offer as well. So I would like to send out from my heart to yours many, many blessings and healings, and continue to come back to this space of stillness, and then let all the movement of your thoughts, emotions, anything related to the human aspect of self, let that all go. Come to this space of healing. And blessings from the Conscious Community Center and from my heart to yours. You guys are so awesome.